Max Domen and Rio Ngumoha. Remember their names. Absolutely ballers. If they can keep their head down, I think they are going right to the very top. And I'm so happy about it. I've been complaining for years that the Premier League, especially top teams, they don't give a chance to youngsters. You are 16, 17, in Spain, in France, in Italy, in Germany, everywhere else, you are old enough to play man football. In England, because of the competition, because of the money, the mindset is that they are not good enough. They have to improve. You need to be careful. You need to send them on loan. And most of the time, you kill the confidence of those young players. If somebody like Lamine Yamal was coming from Chelsea Academy, he was never going to have even 3 full games in the first team by now. But at Barcelona, when he was 15, Xavi gave him a chance in the first team. At 16, he was playing full games in the Champions League and in La Liga. So I'm happy to see those young men being promoted, being given a chance in the Premier League. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ogs. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment down below. This video is about my Premier League match week 3. The bad thing is, after that, we are going to international boring break. But we have time to talk about that. Let's focus now on the preview for match week 3. Let me remind you, top 6, Arsenal, top of the table. Tottenham Hotspurs are second. Third, we have Liverpool. Fourth, we have Chelsea. Fifth, we have Nottingham Forest. And sixth, Manchester City. It's quite simple. If you won your 2 games, you have 6 points, right? You won 1 game, drew 1, you have 4 points. And if you won 1 game and you lost 1 game, you have 3 points only. And so on. You go down, you're going to find Manchester United 16th, Aston Villa 17th, Brighton 18th, 19th, Wolves with 2 losses. West Ham United are 20th with 2 losses, 0 point, -7 goal difference. It's not a big deal so far, only 2 games, but every game is a sprint in the Premier League. Don't tell me that it's just a marathon. You have to start winning, because if you don't win, you're going to be left behind. Let's move on to the details, my friend. On Saturday, 7:30 Eastern Time, if you are in the US like me, it's going to be Saturday, August the 30th, 2025, Stamford Bridge, Chelsea against Fulham. As you can tell, Chelsea are 4th, Fulham are 13th on the table. Form guide. In the last game, of course, you can see Chelsea beat West Ham away 5-1. And the first game of the season, they drew against Crystal Palace 0-0. And for Fulham, 2 draws. 1 against Brighton, another one against Manchester United. It's a London derby. Form goes out of the window. We know last season, Fulham came to Stamford Bridge to beat Chelsea. So I think Chelsea are going to be very careful about this game. I see Chelsea winning this game 3-0. Let's move on from Chelsea to Manchester United against Burnley. On Saturday, of course, United need to start winning games. No more excuses. Amorim had more than enough time now. He got his own players. You need to start winning. And I don't understand why he's not starting Sesko. And look at their form guide here. So, they lost at home against Arsenal, 1-0. And they drew away against Fulham, 1-1. And for Burnley, you see they lost against Tottenham Hotspurs 3-0. But they won against Sunderland 2-0. So they have some kind of confidence here. Manchester United are playing home. I think this is going to be their first win of the season. And it's going to be 2-1 to Manchester United. Next up, we have Sunderland against Brentford. Brentford are not doing that good at the moment. You can tell. Oh, they're doing good because they beat Aston Villa. Excuse me. You know, I was thinking about them losing the manager and some other players, but forget about that. They won 1-0 against Aston Villa. And they lost against Nottingham Forest 3-1. So they have some kind of momentum. You like it or not? And for Sunderland, you see here that they beat West Ham 3-0. And they got beaten by Burnley 2-0. Sunderland are playing home. It's absolutely crazy. The fans really are very, very good over there. It's going to be a hard time for Brentford. I think Sunderland to win 2-1. Next up, we have Tottenham Hotspurs against Bournemouth. Spurs are very good, let's admit it, even though they keep on losing in terms of transfers. Some other teams are hijacking their transfer target. Tottenham are perfect so far. 3-0 against Burnley. 2-0 away against Manchester City. They haven't even conceded any goal. And for Bournemouth, they won against Wolves. They lost against Liverpool. And I think Spurs are going to destroy them. I see a game of 3-1 to Tottenham Hotspurs. Next game is going to be between Wolves and Everton. Tough game. Everton actually, they lost the game, the first game of the season, but that penalty for me wasn't a penalty. I think if justice was in this world, they were going to get a draw. But it is what it is. They lost 1-0 against Leeds United. The second game, they beat Brighton 2-0 at their new stadium. Very, very good. For Wolves, they have 2 losses. It's going to be very, very tough season for them. The last game before the international break, I think they're going to fight to try at least to get a draw. And I think they're going to get a draw. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. Jack Grealish is going to score. And Dewsbury Hall is going to score for Everton. 2-2 draw. Next up, Leeds United against Newcastle. Wow, this is going to be some games. Newcastle, you have to feel sorry for them. They lost the last second, the last minute against Liverpool. 10 against 11. They try everything. It was a good comeback, but in the end, it wasn't enough. And Rio, the young 16 years old, broke the Geordie's heart. So, Leeds United, They lost against the Arsenal 5-0. They won against the Everton 1-0. And Newcastle United 0-0 draw for the first game. The second game, they lost 3-2 to Liverpool. It's going to be tough. Newcastle need to get some point. Leeds United also, they don't have the same quality of players as Newcastle United. Newcastle got Isak is not there. Anthony Gordon get a red card, right? Joelinton, I saw him limping and crying. I think he's not even going to go to the national team. He's not going to be there for the game. It's going to be a tough game for them. I think it's going to be a draw. 1-1 draw for this game. All right. Now, let's go to the games on Sunday, August the 31st, 2025. The first one is going to be Brighton against Manchester City. City are going to try to get the result before the international break because they lost against Tottenham Hotspurs the last game. And the first game, they beat Wolves, of course. For Brighton, yeah, they lost against Everton. And they drew the first game against Fulham 1-1. So both teams need to win. Brighton are playing home. They always give Manchester City hard time. I think they're going to do it. Again, they're going to cause a lot of trouble. I'm going for an upset here. I think this game is going to end up by Brighton winning 2-1 against Manchester City. Yeah. Next up, Nottingham Forest against West Ham United. Okay, so West Ham, we know 2 losses already. For Nottingham Forest, 1 win, 1 draw. This game is going to be played at Nottingham. So it's going to be, Graham Potter probably his last game because it's going to be international break after that. I think Nottingham Forest are going to really smash them. 3-0 to Nottingham Forest, and Graham Potter is going to be sacked after that. Sorry, Graham, but you are gone. Next game, Liverpool against Arsenal. This one is a big one, my friend. Wow, what a game that is going to be. They are co-leaders on the table, and it's not going to be easy. I tell you what, Liverpool still shaky in the defense. Very, very shaky. They almost dropped points against the Geordies, Newcastle United. But they managed the end of the day, they won. And Ekitike is on fire. Salah is on fire. Rio is on fire. But the defense still a little bit shaky, okay? For Arsenal, I can't really find weaknesses for Arsenal now. We have the new guy. Eze is going to be there, all right? Saka is injured, but you still have Eze, you still have Madueke, you have a proper number 9, you have the best defense in the entire world right now. They are just like a perfect team. So the 2 teams that will be fighting until the end for the title. This game, very emotional. It's going to be played in Liverpool. What a game. I see a draw. It's going to be a lot of goals, in my opinion. 3-3 draw. Yes, I said it. Let's now move to the last game of match day 3 on Sunday. Aston Villa against Crystal Palace. For Villa, you know that they lost 1 game against Brentford and then they drew against Newcastle United. So they have to win. And when it comes to Crystal Palace, They drew against Chelsea. They drew against Nottingham Forest. They also need to win, but not the same pressure as Aston Villa. What a game this is going to be. Oh my goodness. They don't have easy anymore. And they're going to play another game in the Conference League. Crystal Palace. I think they're going to lose this game. They're going to be very, very tired. Even if they sign somebody this week, I don't think he's going to be ready to play. So I think Aston Villa to win this game 2-0.